We're going to spray it here with the INOKRAFT M1. Kind of just spray this bottom portion. Guys, this is a nice spray kit right here. Don't ask me if I'm going to paint a car with this, because I just might. I don't really need it. Don't really need any of that. We know what we're doing. To reduce overspray. And have at it. Have fun. There you go. What is up, guys? Mark at Colbert Speedokote Finish Network. Alright, it is time to do a little bit of exterior maintenance on this here body shop. So, guys over at INOKRAFT have sent us the Max Spray M1. One thing, when I got done painting this shop about, I don't know, about half a decade ago, something like that, we were pretty much so dogged out. We got this whole thing painted. We did the stuff on the windows. We did all the way up to the roof. Painted up there. I mean, it was just... I'll take you guys up to the front. Look at the craftsmanship my stepfather did on this thing. Look at that. Just he painted all that by hand. By hand. He's one of the best craftsmen I know, by the way. He is freaking will smoke anybody out there. Well, we got so tired painting this thing. When we got down to the bottom, I kind of shorted my spray on the bottom. It's like, I don't want to get paint all over the whatever, and so it's kind of been like this for years. So, you know, we pressure washed it yesterday, got most of the dirt and, you know, mold and whatever little stuff off of it. We're going to spray it here with the INOKRAFT M1. Kind of just spray this bottom portion, and also we got some spots up in here in the mortar that are kind of like coming up. Just going to go ahead and cake a bunch of paint on in there, you know, kind of seal it up and cross our fingers. Kind of all you can really do with some of these older properties with the brick. It has been flooded in the past, so you know the brick and mortar and the mortar cement in between the brick is a little bit compromised. So that's where you're kind of seeing some of that stuff. It just kind of turns into like a sand, unfortunately. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna goop some paint in there, seal it up. Hopefully it kind of locks it in. And that's kind of all you can do. I mean, you can repoint this building, you can repoint it, but that would cost a lot of money. Go ahead, we're going to touch this thing up today. We're going to go ahead and get the paint sprayer loaded up. All you do, you dip that little tube right in your little paint bucket, whichever size you got, 1 gallon, 5 gallon. We're going to get this thing all hooked up, get some electric to it, and we're going to start spraying. When you pop the box, this is what you're going to see. You got your spray gun, your machine here, your hose, a little bit of directions and whatnot, what to wear, all this other stuff. More directions over here. You don't really need it. Don't really need any of that. We know what we're doing. This is what I love right here. Not a whole lot of these house sprayer kits come with these. This is the extension. So you can actually run an extension on this and run it like real long or whatever. That's cool. Way if you're trying to reach something high, but you don't quite have a ladder, but it's just beyond your reach, with these extensions, you might be able to just get it. We don't need that for now. And to top it off, they even include a wrench, so you can get all these lines put together and snugged up on your machine. Guys, this is a nice spray kit right here. Don't ask me if I'm going to paint a car with this, because I just might. Focus on the wall for right now. But we might clean this thing out and try and hose a car with it. Never know. Alright, so to simplify it, for those of you guys that have never hooked one of these things up, so you're going to plug that thingy into that thingy, use that thingy to tighten that thingy onto that thingy, and then you're going to take that thingy and tighten it onto that thingy, and then use that thing again to tighten up those thingies. One of the coolest things about deciding to spray a project versus brush and roll, one of the main benefits I find is, especially with residential house paint, you can actually use a cheaper paint. You can, mind you, you can actually use the cheapest paint the store offers. Okay, I am spraying Valspar Express Coat. It is literally the cheapest paint that Lowe's offers. I said to myself, I'm like, you know what? Valspar Express Coat is like a maintenance paint for like people that have rental properties and stuff like that. Basically, the tenant moves out, you get a new tenant, you throw, this is the Express Coat, you throw on a fresh coat of paint, and you're done. This is like a maintenance paint. I said to myself, if I'm going to be repainting this brick every couple of years because of the, you know, it's in a flood zone, blah, blah, blah. Not that it floods every couple of years, but if I'm going to do this every couple of years, I might as well just hit it with a maintenance paint. So that's what we're doing. And the thing about this is that it actually covers in one coat. Why? With a sprayer, you're allowed to get a much thicker build and a much thicker millage, versus when you're brushing or rolling, you're actually losing some of the material and whatnot because you're actually pressing it onto the surface. And, you know, with a sprayer, you can basically just keep putting the paint on and keep putting it on and keep putting it on, almost essentially until it, like, literally there's almost no limit. Especially when you're spraying in direct sunlight like I'm spraying today. We had high heat, high sun. It is drying almost as soon as you spray it. So that's one of the main benefits when it comes to a sprayer. Also, less time. As you guys can see, I'm coating these walls, and literally each wall took me about, I don't know, about a couple minutes to do. So there's very significant advantages when it comes to spraying, which is why, you know, this sprayer was so nice and convenient. Well, there you guys have it. Nice little touch up on the body shop. As you guys can see, got a little bit on my forehead in the process, but came out pretty good, man. By the way, I did that line by hand. There was no tape. There was no measuring. And I just kind of kept trying to walk back in the straight line and keep my arm in like a fixated position, and, you know, not bad by hand. All this was brushed by hand. To those of you guys that don't know, I know this is an auto body page, but those of you guys that don't know, epoxy and driveway sealers, they work best by pushing them into the surface. The guys that do this full time for a living, they come in with the sprayers and spray it over driveway. Yeah, great way to make $80,000 to $100,000 a year, but you're not getting the absolute best adhesion when you're doing that. Nah, there's things that can make up for better quality material, adhesion promoters. I'm sure there's all asphalt adhesion promoters out there, I'm sure. When you actually take that brush and, you know, jam that material in there, it works a little better. Especially, we're already fighting the odds. This is a asphalt sealer. It's not actually meant to go on concrete. However, it did stick to the concrete on the front here of my driveway for like 3 years before it started chipping off, so it will stick. Now, about this paint sprayer, man, this thing did an amazing job. I mean, guys, I did this whole wall pretty much from about here down in most spots. Here down. I was out here for maybe 45 minutes. I mean, this sprayer, low overspray, high output of material, very controllable. You guys see, I got a little overspray on a couple spots. So this is like a semi-finished result video. This isn't the full finished result. So I come here and freshen up this white through here. But wow, you know, nice little cleanup. And I had only about 3 hours in this total job between the paint and then doing the asphalt sealer on the concrete. You know, about 3-4 hours of work. You guys are looking for one of the best and most affordable DIY at-home residential sprayers, INOKRAFT has got you guys covered. Buy one. I'm not going to say think about it. I'm telling you, buy one. Do not hesitate. This thing was super easy to use. You can use it in the 1 gallon and the 5 gallon buckets very easily. The only downside about using it with the 1 gallon buckets is you don't really get the very last little bit of paint out of the bottom. You still got a couple ounces of the bottom, but I mean, overall, we got a really, really good result. Really made this project super easy to do. I was pushing this off for years, you know, delaying the process, whatever, you know, not wanting to do it. I had this wall like this for about, I don't know, good years. Finally said, you know what, these people sent me this sprayer, and I was like, you know, we're gonna tackle it. And you know what, it really wasn't that much work. Came in one day, pressure washed everything as good as I could. This brick is worn out, you know, I got as good as I could, and then let it dry. Came back the next day, shot everything with the paint, came back the next day, put on the seal, brushed it on by hand, and done. If you guys are looking for the best, most affordable house sprayer, I'm going to put the link down below in the comments section, excuse me, the description, and go out and buy one. I mean, what do you got to lose? If you got a project like this, and you know, just go ahead and spray it. You don't have to mask up a whole bunch of stuff if you keep the pressure low. You don't have to mask up a whole bunch of stuff, and you can always just come in later and just cut everything else in by hand. Go out there and buy one. Those of you guys that are asking, I know you guys are going to ask, Marco, are you going to do another paint job using a household sprayer with automotive paint? No, for you guys I will. I'm not sure when. Don't quote me on, I'm not sure when, but I promise you guys the INOKRAFT will have automotive paint going through it at some point. So we will see. But until next time, catch you guys on the next video. If you guys are ordering anything off Speedokote.com, you already know the drill. www.speedokote.com. Select me as your sales rep, Marco, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.